Hare Krishna, my name is Khushi Patra and I am studying in Standard 8. My school name is Jesus Mary High School. Jai Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Thanks to Srila Prabhupada who had showered his mercy upon us. Today I am going to deliver a summary on Way to Krishna written by Srila Prabhupada. Everyone wants to be happy, which leads every one of us searching for happiness. But a very few people know that the real basis of happiness is something eternal beyond temporary material things. The real happiness is described in Bhagavad Gita by Lord Krishna to Arjuna as happiness is perceived through our senses. Happiness we are expressing in material world is not real happiness. Developed consciousness can perceive happiness and distress more intensely than undeveloped consciousness. For instance, tree may be happy standing all year and enjoying weather, but for the same human is a low grade of enjoyment. So there are different kinds of living entities. So there are different degrees of happiness. What is the highest happiness? Krishna tells Arjuna one has to be intelligent if he wants to enjoy. Animals cannot enjoy life as human beings can, and because animals do not have really developed intelligence. A dead man may still have all the bodily parts and sense organ, but still he cannot enjoy life because the enjoying energy, the spiritual spark has left the body, so the body has no power. So intelligent man will understand that it was not the body but a small spiritual spark within the body was enjoying. So this concludes that the spark has senses and it is actual, not impersonal. To get real happiness, we have to transit the material senses. The spiritual spark is eternal and the Supreme Lord is eternal. One who is actually intelligent will not refrain from flickering sensual enjoyment of this material world and fix his mind in real happiness. When we make progress in really establishing the happiness, then we will gradually become detached from false happiness. When one attains that stage, other achievement becomes less important or small events. The material world is a place of danger and there are so many dangers in our life. But if we are training ourselves to go home back to Godhead and we will not take care for them, the material world is a place of great ocean, and if one who takes shelter in the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, there certainly will not be any difficulties in crossing the ocean of nuisance. The yoga process is meant to control the senses because we are entangled in this material world due to uncontrolled senses. The yoga process is meant to quiet. The mind is always disturbed, and for this rules and regulations have to be followed. We have to fix the mind on oneself and not to think nothing else. For these rules and regulations have to be followed, then gradually the mind will come under control. When the mind will train not to think nothing but only Krishna by specifically chanting Hare Krishna mantra. The Hare Krishna mantra will cleanse away this dust and enable us to see clearly our constitutional position. When we will come to understand that I am not this body, I am a spirit soul and my symptom is Krishna consciousness, then we will establish ourselves in real happiness. Our purpose of descent or Krishna appearance in this material world is to extinguish the fire of material existence by setting the fourth dharma. Our dharma or constitutional position is we are part and parcel of Lord Krishna and we have to invoke ourselves in Krishna consciousness. We are part, and the material world is dark and we need sun, moon and electricity. The Vedas enjoin us not to remain in this material world but to transfer ourselves in the world of illumination, the spiritual world. We need light, sun and electricity. In our practical life, Krishna instructs us how to invoke ourselves in Krishna consciousness. Any activities conducted should be done in Krishna consciousness, but we should not carried away by lust, desire and self-satisfaction. In order to change this consciousness, we should have knowledge. That knowledge is I am part and parcel of Lord Krishna, the supreme energy of Krishna. We are part of Krishna our pleasure is in serving Him. We will not happy by serving. Everyone is thinking, I will be happy by serving myself, but no one knows who is the self. The self is Krishna. The Supreme Lord is situated within us. When we will serve Krishna, then we ourselves will be satisfied. To become Krishna consciousness, Krishna makes it very easy by saying, O son of Kunti, I am the taste of water, the light of sun and moon. The light of sun and moon, the syllable Om in Vedic mantras, the sound in ether and ability of man. These all things are there in every movement of our life. In this way we can remember Krishna 24 hours a day, and in this way Krishna is with us. There are 9 different processes for association Krishna consciousness, that is Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. If surrender unto Krishna is so an easy way, then why don't people do it? Instead, there are many who do not believe in the existence of the God. They don't care for God, but they care for nature. And nature's business is to give kicks in 3 forms, that is goodness, passion, ignorance. She is administering these 3 kicks 24 hours a day. Nature is inflicting upon us with the miseries of birth, old age and disease and death. We are in the stringent rules of material world, but we are thinking that we have conquered. Krishna says that those who come to him, whether in distress, in need of money, curious, are welcome, but those who are in knowledge are very dear to me. The others are welcome, because it is understood that in the course of time, if they continue, they will become as man as a knowledge. Hare Krishna.